Is it real? And what is it doing there?
Now they're speaking out, saying there are UFOs in U.S. airspace and they need to be taken seriously.
A family in Highland, Michigan believes their house is actually haunted and thinks something is harming their little girl. They're unidentified in U.S. airspace.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
I'm Todd Bates. I've been investigating the paranormal for years, yet still have no definite answers. Join me on this mysterious journey as we discuss all things paranormal, right down to the little gnomes. Why do millions experience these mysterious phenomenon, yet we have no proof? Welcome to Haunted Voices Radio, where I try and gather the pieces that may one day form yet another puzzle. And a good evening, one and all. My goodness, Haunted Voices returns. It's so happy to be here. I have missed this show. I have missed all of you. So many changes. Where to begin? First, I want to say some hellos. Oh my goodness. First of all, my beautiful Sherry is watching tonight. She's able to now. This is awesome having her around, her support. Hi, Meg. And Ghostly Activities, thank you. Great to be back. Jackie Campbell. We've got Jessica, Scissorhands. Oh my goodness, so great to see all of you. Deidre, and of course, the one and only John Swinke. My gosh, he's been watching this show. Him and Meg. Oh my goodness, off and on since 2006, 7, around there. It's just so great. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Thomas. Thomas is coming up here next month. We got all kinds of cool stuff here, but it's great to see everybody. And what I'm going to do here later on in the show is take your comments and things. Going to pull some people backstage here. If you guys want to come up and say hi, give a shout out, whatever you want to do, we'll open that up. I'll put the link in there here in a little while, but whoa, what a ride. First of all, you guys are probably noticing a slight difference in facial features if you pay attention. I shaved it off. It's all gone. The beard, the goatee, all clean shaven. That's going to be explained here in just a little while. But so much has happened since October. I really I miss the station. I do. But it's gone to the wayside now. Everybody has moved on. People have gotten their own shows and things. It's fantastic to watch them grow. Just to watch them grow and take off out there. There's plenty of room for all of us. I mean, I'm not in this for followers or fame or fortune or any of that crap. I'm in this because this is a hobby of mine. This is a passion of mine to talk about the paranormal with you fine people, to get your opinions, hopefully get some answers, solve some of these mysteries. That's what it's all about. Now, one of the first things you may have noticed, Nicole isn't here. And there's reason behind that as well. First of all, Nicole is extremely busy. She's got another book out. She's got her own show coming out. I love Nicole like a sister. I didn't want to co-host this go around because of my schedule. I don't know how long, I can keep the show going. I'm pushing. So far, it's in my schedule. Everything's working great. But I didn't want to hurt anybody in the process. So what do they say? The captain goes down with the ship. If it goes down, here I am. But it's thank you, Jessica. Oh, that makes me feel good. Maybe I'll get carded now. Oh, that makes me feel good. There's just so much going on. A lot of you, have followed my Facebook posts and things about work. A lot of I worked at the chocolate factory here locally and enjoyed it. Oh my God, the funny stories I can tell you guys. I can't tell you too much because you're not supposed to describe the process and everything, but I can tell you a quick and funny screw up I did. And Sherry about lost it because she used to work out there too a few years back. But I'm making, or not making, packaging these certain brand candy bars. And they were coming down the line a little bit too quick for me. I couldn't count to 6 that fast. I'm a little dyslexic when it comes to numbers. So I couldn't count to 6 that fast. So I'm sitting there, and granted, the line is clear, and I'm just sitting there waiting for product. Well, here they come, and they come down the line. And then I couldn't count them fast enough. And then my body just froze. I froze there while these poor innocent candy bars roll in front of me into the tub. Doom, 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 doom. Like a machine gun, they were going so fast. Well, finally, someone comes around and saw that I was struggling and counted them out in 6s for me, and boom, right in the box they went. But it was an event. But things have changed since then. I'll give you a little back shadow of it. While I was working there, prior to working there, actually, I had applied there and I was going to start January 2nd. Thank you, Tim. Great to see you, my friend. And I was going to start the chocolate factory January 2nd. Well, I put in my application to a place that Sherry had a vision. And usually Sherry's intuitions are pretty spot on. And she said, I see you wearing a uniform. I said, there's no way I'm going to wear any kind of uniform or badge again for life. Those of you that have read the book and so forth know my background. And she goes, no, try. So I did. I filled out the application and I get an interview, get the job, get the offer. The only thing pending the job was a background check. You know, here it is, my whole life spilled out for everyone to see again. And we waited, and it just kept saying in review. Because see, here in Illinois, you have to have a state public or permanent employee card to work security. So waiting, and it just, so I had no choice. I had to start at the chocolate factory, which like I said, was fun. My favorite thing, believe it or not, is stacking pallets. I enjoyed doing that. Don't ask me why. I just enjoyed doing that. But anyway, we're sitting there and waiting. And then one morning on my break, I worked 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It wasn't too bad, but I'm sitting there on my break and going through my emails. And out of the blue, this email, it just says, please click below to acknowledge your perk card. Like, you're kidding me. So I got the card. And by getting that, I was hired onto security at the chocolate factory. And I start this Thursday. I mean, I am pumped. I am excited. Sherry's excited. You know, the thing with Sherry, she got hurt out at work. She's okay. Her back is messed up pretty bad. So, this was a blessing. It was a godsend, this whole thing. To be in that type of work again, and you guys know, those that know me know the struggles that I've been through and so forth. And to be in that type of work, to have that kind of responsibility again, is life-changing for me. It really is. It brought tears to my eyes. I mean, to have that again is just, it's mind-blowing. Hi, Wendy. Oh my goodness. How are you doing? Give my best to Ed, and thank you. Yeah, there's so much that has happened the past few months. Hopefully everybody's having a great new year so far and blew all your resolutions, because I don't know. I don't know about those. But with this new job comes a new schedule. I'll be working 7 to 3 with weekends off. Oh, I didn't see that coming either. So I'll have time for the show. as of now. You know, there'll be some overtime and things of that nature, but I'll keep you guys posted as far as cancellations, things like that. Just keep an eye. You know, if you can take a moment, the best way to get notified is through the YouTube channel. If you guys want to subscribe to that, it's Haunted Voices 2004 over there on YouTube. And it gives you the little notification things. And plus, I put polls and fun stuff like that up there for you. It just started that thing up. So if you guys want to hop over there, that'd be appreciated. Also, you can watch it on Facebook. Now, it's streaming to my profile page, and it's streaming to the Haunted Voices fan page, which has been sitting dormant for a while. So if you guys could post some comments and things over there to help keep it alive, that'd be much appreciated, because social media is tough. And you know, that's something I wanted to touch on tonight too, before we cut to a quick break and I take some of you guys up here. Social media, we all need to be ourselves. You know, we really do. And sometimes it's hard because you're afraid of what others may think of the truth or yourself. Or thank you, Jacob. Great to see you, my friend. And what I'm seeing is a lot of confusion, a lot of competition. I mean, let's face it, folks, this market is saturated. It is completely saturated. So it's not about who has the largest fan base anymore. It's not about, you know, it shouldn't be about those kinds of things. It shouldn't be about how many conferences you've been to, how big is your film crew. It shouldn't be about all of that. And we need to get back to what's important, and that's solving these mysteries, working together at them. And I'm not saying para-unity. I know that's tough too. You know, it's all as if this community is separating since I've been in it, and since it's welcomed me with open arms. The way it's separating, we're just getting farther and farther away from ourselves here, folks, is what I'm seeing. And that's concerning me, because hiya, Tim. There's too much out there to discuss, and there's plenty of people to discuss it with. So find someone you trust. Be careful what you read. Artificial intelligence is another thing taking over. You got all kinds of fake photos and videos coming on. Be weary of these things. You know, use your heads like we used to. You know, back in the day, we really did use our heads. We didn't have this kind of social media to interact with each other. We didn't have this kind of stuff. Excuse me. So it's been tough. And this field is what you make it. You know, from what I've learned since I've been in here, is each of you in this field, whether you're into ghosts, whether you're into psychics, or you know, any Bigfoot, all of that, it's all encompassing. I think it's all out of the normal. Love one another. It really isn't hard to be kind, to say a kind word, to go by someone's post. Hey, happy birthday. You know, it's yes, Stanley, well said, my friend. Diversion from truth research right there. And is it, you know, is this a diversion? Are we creating our own diversion? You know, these are serious things we need to discuss. But it's social media. Use it to the best of your ability. Don't think because you don't have a blue check mark, or because you don't have 50,000 followers, that people don't see what you post, that they don't care what you post. Because I do when I'm going through there. You know, the ones with larger traffic, those posts have a tendency to get buried in with the comments and so forth. And for some reason, they don't show on my wall. And I see a lot of struggling people out there just wanting to be heard. We all want to be heard. Use that to be heard, but don't use it to hurt each other. I mean, there's so much pain. I'm seeing a lot of pain. People um, that I know, that you know, that are in pain, and people just scroll by. And it's, you can tell because that post has been there for hours with no responses. Reach out to someone like that. That's a human being. We're all human beings in this field. I love this field. This field welcomed me when no one else did. And I respect it for that. I respect the field. And get out there. Let's do our research. Let's not worry about followers. Let's not worry about film crews and all this fun stuff. Let's get out there, do our jobs, and have fun doing it and get along with one another the best we can. Because it's not always going to be roses out there. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. What we're going to do is we're going to come back, take some comments here, and bring some of you fine folks up here if you want to come up here. Hopefully you do, because I'd love to see your faces. I'd love to say hi. You don't have to have your video on or anything like that if you don't want to. Just to hear you say hey, it'd be great. And I'll drop that link here when we come back. You're listening and watching Haunted Voices. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. 17 minutes past the hour here, folks. You're watching Haunted Voices. Those of you just tuning in, if you missed the first part, you can catch it on Facebook or on our YouTube channel under Haunted Voices. Just search Haunted Voices or Haunted Voices 2004. And I want to let you know who's coming up here as far as guests. February 6th, we're going to be having Thomas Donahue. Now, he's a paranormal enthusiast extraordinaire. This guy is amazing. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk with him, talk about his adventures and so forth. It's going to be an amazing show. You don't want to miss that, February 6th. Also, there will be no show Valentine's Day because I have a Valentine. And we got to spend some time together. That's the way it is. So no show Tuesday, Valentine's Day. Now, on the 20th, returning guest, author, host extraordinaire, Miss Christina Bloom will be joining us here. She's a busy woman as well. Got a lot going on out there. We've got some other great guests. Going to get Nicole Tito on here, talk about some ITC. We're going to be talking EVP, folks. We're going to get back to our roots a little bit on this show. We're going to talk about some of the things that may have been forgotten, because I don't know if you know or not, but I'm a fan of old school. I like things old school. I'll change one of these days. But for right now, I enjoy doing that. And what I've done is I've dropped the link back there for you folks. You can find it on Facebook, YouTube. If you want to come backstage, if you're not too shy, come on up, have some fun. We'll talk about what's on your mind, what's going on in the world, because that's what this show tonight is all about. This is a return show. We've had enough paranormal for a little while. We're going to get to know each other again, hopefully, talk with you guys, get some ideas, some feedback from you, what you want, what you don't want. And then the guest interviews begin. I put a poll up there on the YouTube channel. You guys want more guest interviews than open discussions? You got it. We will get them scheduled. I'll get them scheduled. There's a lot of people that I'm going to reach out to, but I'm only going to book maybe a month ahead of time. I'm not going to get ahead of myself this time. Got to take things nice and easy, follow the stride. That's the way I want to work it. And oh my goodness, Rez himself. Rez, how are you, my friend?
Pretty good. You put an open link out, and I had to jump on with you, buddy.
I'm glad you did. It's great to see you.
So how you been? I've been hearing the updates here. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad gig. It's you know, the hours are good, and I can't believe I got the damn thing, to be honest with you.
I'm happy for you. I truly
Thank
am, my
you.
friend.
What about you? You know, let's talk about you. You've got a new show, Red Road Paranormal. I want to talk about that because I haven't had a chance to sit down with you.
Right.
What's going on with that?
Well, you're going to be sitting down with my cohort in crime here, my partner in crime here pretty soon with that. So I don't want to give everything away, but me and Christina decided to put a show together about, you know, the native legends, lores, the supernatural, the paranormal, you know, a little bit of everything in the native community. Also with a lot of our friends from the metaphysical and the paranormal community to stop by.
Good. What a breath of fresh air that is.
Yeah, it's something a little different. You
Yeah.
know, we all got to kind of have our own little niche.
Different is good. Different is a good
Exactly.
thing. And you've been doing good otherwise? You've been hanging in there, doing your thing?
Yep. Still doing a day job, looking for something better. Other than that, you know, I went and became an ordained minister so I can officiate marriages and funerals and baptisms.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Go Rez.
Yep. I want to start doing marriage ceremonies at haunted locations.
That's pretty cool. Now that
You know, there's a bunch of us out there that, you know, we don't walk to the standard beat. We march to a beat of our own, and I figure it's something that'd be an awesome thing to offer our community.
I think that's a great thing to offer the community. And a lot of people are going to jump on that too.
Yeah, well, you're the first place I've come out publicly and mentioned it.
That's awesome.
You know?
That's awesome. You know, I don't know. I mean, you're up there, up further north.
Hey, I'll travel.
There may be something I talked to you about coming down to Ashmore for something.
Okay, definitely we can talk. I'm willing to travel. The organization that I'm ordained through is good for all 50 states. You know, so I can go pretty much anywhere.
That is really cool. What a cool service too.
Yeah.
You know, somebody wants to get married, they want it memorable, and they're in the field like we are, and they're just kind of in that mode. And then you put them in a location of their choice or something they can arrange. That's awesome.
Yep. I figured it would be, you know, and my biggest thing is I want to help people and to help them on their biggest day. That usually most of us, it's once in a lifetime, couple of us, you know, a couple of times in a lifetime it happens, but you know, to help them on their special day and be memorable and be something truly unique.
Yeah. Guess who just showed up, Rez?
Who do we got?
Courtney.
Ah.
She says, "Who the F are you, naked baby face?" Because I shaved my beard.
I know. I was staring at you on the big screen. I'm like, man, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it feels a lot different. I'll tell you that. It's not as fuzzy.
Right? Not as warm either when the wind blows.
Oh, that's the truth. You get it right on the lip, too.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Courtney. So good to see her.
Hi, Court.
There's so much going on. And what do you think about, you know, you've been through social media and things and things. Do you see people needing some help too?
Oh, definitely. I feel that humanity has forgotten how to lift each other up, how to support each other. And it's sad. You know, I was raised in one of them homes that, you know, if there's someone that needs a meal, you open the door up, you put an extra plate down. Someone needs somewhere to stay, you open the door up, hey, I got a couch. It's the best I got for you, but you're more than welcome to it. You know, need a shirt. I've been known to give someone the shirt off my back before.
I can see you doing that too. I can see you doing that.
When we quit caring about me, and we all start caring about each other as a whole, the world's gonna get better.
It is.
But until then, we'll keep spiraling the way we have been.
Yeah, we're going to struggle for a little while. I mean, the world's going to hell in a handbasket right now. I got sucked into the news a little bit here recently, but you know, it's touch and go. So I'm just trying to do the best I can to spread some cheer and light in the damn thing.
Exactly.
It's nuts. It's
You
just,
know,
it's crazy.
well,
There's
those. Oh, go ahead.
no, there's just so much going on, Rez, that it's hard to process a lot of it. You know,
Yeah.
it could blow a person's mind if you sit here and think about all the things that are happening right now.
Oh yeah. That's why the shows that people like us that put on for everyone is content. It's their break from reality. It's their chance to kind of download and relax and just let everything melt away for that 30 minutes to an hour that we give them.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for everyone that values our products to say, hey, I'm gonna relax and listen to you. I'm honored by that, to have that moment in time in their life.
Yeah.
It's an amazing feeling.
That's well said. That's very well said, because there's moments, there's escapes that people need. And, these types of shows are one of those, just to get them away from it all. That's why I don't like, talking about current events and things like that, because it can rub somebody the wrong way. It can really ruin their day pretty quick if you're not
Yep.
careful.
Oh
So
yeah, and with working with the public like I do, my escape during the day used to be the network. As you know, I listened to almost everything that the network had,
yes, sir.
and when I had a chance, I'd comment and get feedback and stuff like that. But that was my escape to make my day job just that much more bearable. So thank you for all the hours that you helped me through work.
Oh my goodness, Rez, it's my pleasure. It was my pleasure. I mean, it was great having you there, and I miss everybody, but shows like this, it's bringing everybody together. Once again, there's just so many things to discuss, and so much space to do it in. There's plenty of room for all of us. You know what I mean?
Oh, there is. It's I know the market's saturated, but like you said, there's plenty of room for everyone.
Mhm.
Everyone has their own unique spin, their own twist, their own thoughts, their own ideas. Listen to them all. Form your judgment from everything that is there on the table that's being presented to you.
Absolutely.
We need to be more open-minded.
Way more open-minded. Way more open-minded. Not worry about the stuff around us, worry about the stuff right in front of us. It's just right there, and just try and stay in that moment the best you can.
Exactly.
Oh, Rez, it was. I've got people waiting back here. This is awesome. It's been great talking with you, my friend.
It was great, man.
We're gonna get you booked on the show here soon. I'm gonna be in touch with you because I want to get you on here and have another talk.
Well, you'll have to come on Red Road Paranormal also.
It would be an honor. It would be an
all
absolute
right.
honor.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. Well, take care, Rez.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right.
Oh, wow, Resnack. And my goodness, we've got Deidre. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while.
I've been
kind of hibernating for a few months. So
yeah, just kind of laying low.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Doing the self-care thing, right?
Yes.
It's so necessary. Look at all the, it's so much fun to see not just your face, because I know you and I are talking soon anyway, but the peeps in the chat. It's so awesome.
I am blown away. I mean, I am almost in tears. I mean, Courtney, Michael Laciana came in. My goodness. Robin Cribbs is up there. It's just
I don't know if you saw Jennifer earlier. She's here. It's just so much fun. And Stanley.
Jennifer Lee.
Yeah.
Yes.
I spend more time than I care to admit to reading some of Stanley's Facebook posts and his historical information and the amazing pictures he posts.
I've known Stanley for so long. My goodness, he is a wealth of information. In my opinion, he is the ITC king.
It's such a great testament, Todd, though, to you, to the work that you've done, to the work that you're going to do, to have everybody pop back in for you like this. It's amazing, and it's fabulous to see.
It's just, I'm smiling from ear to ear. It's mind blowing. I can't believe it. There's so many great people out there that have stuck with the show all this time, Deidre. I mean, it's had its ups and downs, just like my life has. it's hard to do a show from rehab. So I had to shut it down for several months. I mean, these things happen. And then I have to fix myself, practice some self-care,
Right.
and take a 3-4 year hiatus and then come back. And then that's kind of how people that have followed the show follow the pattern. When my life goes down, the show goes down.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about that before too. I mean, if
We
you
have.
are the show, then it's gonna follow your ebbs and flows. It's just got to.
And it's neat. It's fun like that. And it doesn't put as much pressure. It doesn't put as much stress on me that way. If I keep it as a hobby, like I've always wanted to, but it just seems to, or it did. Now I think I've finally clicked that seatbelt, but it used to spiral me into doing other things. But I'm getting my producer Phil. I'm working with 2 different stations, and I'm balancing.
Yeah.
I am balancing the workload. August through October taught me a lot.
I'll bet.
That I was ready to pop, for one. Number 2, that it was time for that balance.
Yeah.
And shows like yours and Linda Hope's completely woke me up, because a person doesn't take time to think about themselves because they're too busy thinking about other people. And I was a people pleaser. And then I'm not going to say it taught me, especially you talking with your talks and things, taught me to be a good kind of selfish.
Wait, balance, right? I mean, self-care is not selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's not.
we're just not, so many of us just aren't raised to think that way and to understand that concept. And especially women, certainly a lot of men as well, but especially women, right? We're supposed to be the caretakers of everyone else, and whatever we might have left, we can give to ourselves. And I think it's come to be a little bit more prevalent that we all spend a little more time in self-care and taking care of our needs. And I'm so excited for you. I'm so proud to hear all of these amazing things that you've done for yourself, for your family.
Thank you.
Hi, Sherry. It's so awesome. I love this.
It's thank you. It's a beautiful thing. And the biggest feat yet to conquer, and I will be this November with my license.
Yeah.
Getting this bad boy back, getting back on the road again, doing my thing.
Wow.
So everything's happening for a reason. It's not all being thrown at me at once to where I pop. It's coming in a good transition. It's because I worked behind a desk for about 5 years, and to get back out there in the workforce, I was sore. Yeah. I was in pain.
Yeah.
And I wasn't used to a schedule. Working for yourself, you kind of set your own hours, that. So it took some time to adapt, but it got me conditioned. It got me ready. I woke up, to the real world and what's happening. So the way everything happened, it happened in good timing for good reason. And just when I thought I couldn't take any more with my back, this job comes through, won't have to use my back like that. So, it's just different.
Hard.
Yeah. Different
Very
things.
nice.
Everything happens for a reason. It's just a beautiful thing.
I love it. And I love that Sherry was the driving force behind taking that
vision.
I was going to say first step. I mean, leap.
And she stuck by me. You know what she did?
Of course she did.
She, because I was at that point where I'm just not, it's not going to go through. I'm not going to, so I was starting to sever it. Yeah. And she had the security hat, because she used to work for him years ago. And she had the security hat, and she hung it on my side of the bed.
Nice.
Like, you're not going to give up on this. And you just keep looking in this. And I just, there it was. I don't know if that's manifesting. I'm sure it was manifesting.
Sure it is.
But it was just pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing how all that turned out. Thank you, Rez. Thank you, Meg. Oh, goodness. They are so sweet.
Yep. But you know what? You grew those relationships. You tended to them. And here they are.
Yeah.
So many two-way streets.
It's unbelievable.
And honestly, I have no idea how you were used to juggle all of the things that you were juggling. I mean, we would talk about it occasionally, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But so amazing to see you, in a way, drop the reins. But it wasn't just dropping the reins, it was intentionally choosing to set them to the side so that you could sort and you could choose what to put on your plate. You and Sherry together get to now decide what goes on the plate and how that all gets divided up. And it's just beautiful to see.
Oh, it is. It is. And, she's, real quick, she's manifesting a vacation to Savannah, Georgia.
Yes.
She's already looked up the places to stay and all that. She's got it all planned out, ready to go. And she's thinking October.
Ooh, hey, it's better than August.
I mean, no pressure on it. But it's things like that, and that's how she works, and that's what keeps me going. That's what motivates me, because I hear these things, and it's like, we can do that. And and you just had an awesome vacation. I saw.
I did, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, we did. There was no I about it. There was definitely a we.
Yeah.
And we did. We got to walk through Tulum. We got to go swim in a cenote. And then we got to go jump in a federally protected portion of the sea and see the sea turtles and the stingray and the barracuda. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
It's a very quick, like almost a whirlwind trip. We got a day to relax, a day in the rain, which was pretty relaxing. Then we did an excursion that was supposed to be from like 6:30 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. We didn't get back until after 7 o'clock at night, but it was so worth it. It was amazing.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like a blast. I want to hear all the juicy details tomorrow.
Then we came home and got sick for a week. So, there's a price to be paid for everything, right?
Is it the water?
No, I don't believe that it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My doctor told me I had a bad cold. His doctor told him he had the flu. And 2 days after we saw some family, one of our family members started not feeling well, and she was positive for COVID. So who knows? It's like nobody knows what anybody has anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We both tested negative for COVID. But hey, we're on the upswing and back at it.
Back at it. That's And you're going to be coming on here as a guest soon.
Whatever you say, Mr. Todd.
Yes, we are going to get that squared away, because I want to learn more about root cause therapy. I know the rest of these fine people do. And just get into the mind of Deidre and your awesome mediumship as well. I mean, you're a Jane of all trades. You really are. And you're a good person. You're a great person.
Thank you. I try.
And I thank you so much for all the support and everything that you've given me. I've truly appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah. Hang on for the ride. I'm going to get Miss Nicole Tito up here, if you don't mind.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes. I'll be there.
Take care.
Take care, Deidre. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Deidre Sanford. Oh, my goodness. Nicole.
Hello.
How are you doing?
It's so funny. I'm doing so well. I got back from a work trip 2 weeks ago, and I was just unpacking, and I read your book again on the airplane. And it was so funny because I was like, man, I really do miss Todd shows and listening to them. And I went through this again, and I just love the book. And then seeing all these posts on Facebook, I'm like, he's coming back. Yay.
And I'm picking up right where I left off. We're going to get you booked on here to talk about your new book. Finally.
It was like 10 years in the making, but I finally did it,
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, these are things that need to be discussed and brought to the table. The SS method, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you are the queen of excellent documentation.
Thank you.
You always have been, Nicole. You just do so well with that, and that is key in this field. And that's something that I think is falling to the wayside a little bit.
I agree with that. I mean, my husband and I, we've just been, we like to watch different shows and podcasts on YouTube, whatever's out there. It's just everything's about like me, me, me now. I'm like, I love to hear like the evidence, but it's just, I feel like when you watch some of these shows, it's like 80% of like reactions and me, me of like the individuals. And they don't even like get to the story of the historical location or like,
Mhm.
some of the hauntings. It's just how many more likes and subscribes and clicks can I get? And I love the history of places because a lot of these places are unfortunately, they're aging, they're falling to decay, and you may
Yes.
never have the chance to investigate them.
That's what got me into this was the history aspect of
Mhm.
everything. They go hand in hand. You can't have what we do without the past.
Mm-mm.
You have to have a little bit of the past in there in the history aspect of it, just learning about these locations and, maybe that'll help solve some of these mysteries, but people are just worried about, I don't know if we can put this on live. Let's get the crew in here. Let's get it. It shouldn't be that way. It
No,
doesn't
and I
have to be that way.
remember just even investigating years ago, like with Dale and the team and with Stan, and just trying to set up your equipment as fast as you can so it doesn't take over the investigation. And I
Yes.
feel like Lisa and I have kind of gone back to that more old school. You don't need the latest gadgets. Sit down in a dark room and do your EVP session, because sometimes it's like you spend 20 minutes setting up something that you stay for 5 minutes and then you miss like the feeling and the flow of like the investigation.
Exactly, because
'Cause
you
you get
have the
caught up.
feeling and signals and everything else from all the equipment interfering with your common sense and just your intuition itself, I think. It
And then
just,
some
puts
people
a lot of
never go over evidence because they have almost too much where it becomes just overwhelming.
mhm, and that's sad. I mean, it's
Mhm.
and there's there's a lot of equipment that goes big or goes home these days. I don't know. I've got some modern equipment. Sherry got me one of those XS boxes.
Oh, the
Um,
SLS?
yeah,
Oh, fancy. Oh.
it's the Ghost box.
Oh, okay.
The Ghost box. Um, oh, I forgot about the little hand signals. If I do little hand signals on here, it does funny things.
Is that everybody? Will do it for me? No, I'm not special. Oh. Oh.
um, but you know me, I like old school equipment. I like my cassette recorder. I
Mhm.
like the way it records. I like the way it sounds. But I'm moving slowly into newer recording equipment, more high quality digital recorders. I'm looking at um, the Ghost Box, just
Mm.
using that, um, expanding a little bit. But I'm still trying to figure out what's going on back here. I'm
Mhm.
not ready to move way ahead yet. 'Cause I'm still trying to figure out how the hell these things got on the magnetic tape years ago, and that's still stuck in my head. I wanna know how they stuck on that tape, but I didn't hear it with my naked ear.
Do you think
Something is
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, no, no,
Do you
please.
think more I mean, I guess that would be hard to say, like, do you think more EVPs are captured on the actual film or nowadays on the digital? But again, I guess
I think you are going to get more captures on a digital, but they're gonna be of less quality. I think you're gonna get
Oh.
less captures on cassette, but they're gonna be of higher quality. I mean, that's always been because I've used the old RRDR60. I've used the Panasonic. This thing was metal for crying out loud. It was like a steel brick back in the day. And I've compared them, and I did get more, but they were more Class B, Class C quality on
Mhm.
the digital. But on the analog, they were just so ripe. They were clear.
Hmm.
They were um, more pronounced, I
Mhm.
guess. Easier to analyze too than digital. And there's just a lot that goes into it. There's so much. that goes into the work.
So we got to
But
get you on an investigation.
I know. We have got to
Time
get
is
together
now.
again. And once I get my we are all set. That comes in November.
Okay.
And then definitely we're gonna get together. We're gonna do some of these because I can't think of two people that I want to try the Estes method with than you and Lisa. There's no two other people I want to try because I've never tried it. And I'm
Yeah.
really curious about it.
It works well, and, like, I really think it works well with the people that you kinda trust and have a good, like, flow with, so I think you'll get really good results,
Yeah.
if you try it with us, just because we've known you for years, you know our style, we know your
Mhm.
style. I think it'll work very well.
I think so too. The chemistry's there. It'll be perfect.
Mhm.
Get some great results. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Now, before I get Tim on here, do you have a copy of your book?
With me right next to me?
Yes, right next to you.
I think I have, like, one of the older versions, but here, sorry, it's one of the
There we
old.
go. There we go. Get it out there, Nicole.
Yes,
And I'm telling you, folks, this is Nicole not only knows how to write, but you put this together. You documented it so well. And that's what I want to get out there to people, that this use this as a guide for the Estes method, especially
Mhm,
because it taught me a lot. And
mhm,
I can't thank you enough for taking time to do something like that because that's a big undertaking.
mhm.
Job
Thank
well
you, thank
done.
you, thank you.
And we're
Glad to
going to
have
get
you
you
back.
on here. I've got you slotted for March. Hopefully, we can get you pinned down in here for March
Mhm.
on a Tuesday. We'll get it squared away and I'll be in touch and we'll get you on here. We'll talk about it and get down to the nitty gritty. What do you say?
Oh, sounds good.
All right. Thank you
Alright.
so much, Nicole, for your
Thank
support, for
you.
showing up and everything. It was great to see you.
You too.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye. Nicole Tito. Oh, my goodness. Now, let me get to some comments here. Then we're going to get Tim on here. And oh, my goodness. Yes. Stanley, keep the information coming, my friend. There's, yes, you are right, Michael. I want to put this up there. Very poor presentation of spirit these days. Just ego feeders. Well said. And hi, Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn. There's so much out there, but just, like I said, take a lot of this stuff with a grain of salt, folks. Don't take it personal. Don't beat yourself up over it. Don't feel bad because you're not verified or you don't pay the $11 a month to be verified. Don't feel bad because you don't have 20,000 followers. People do see your information and will respond. Just give it some time and reach out. I mean, there's a lot of us that still care out there. And Mr. Bill Walter, oh my goodness, so good to see Bill again. And yes, honey, very good comments. So happy for all the positive vibes coming through. I missed all you guys. Love being back, Jamie Lynn. Now there's one man here that I'm going to bring up. Mr. Tim, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Todd, how's it going, man? Long time to see again.
It's been a long time. How you been? What's been going on in the world of Tim?
Well, stuck offshore once again, working offshore. Pretty much, I'm out here for a month at a time, and pretty much I live at work and visit home for sometimes.
Oh man. So you're offshore, you're kind of solo at the moment.
And yeah, I saw somebody make a comment earlier asking about if anybody knows anything on the alien situation.
Yeah.
And well, I'm not even sure at this point in time. I'm not even sure. There's just too much info flying around. It's hard to discern what's real, what's fake, what's just made up as a distraction. You know, like, was it a couple days after the first of the year, they had that incident down at the mall in Florida
Miami Mall.
where they had reports of 10-foot tall shadow aliens. And from what I could find out from all the articles, like how it's actually funny how I actually found out about it. One of my Facebook friends posted a meme that said "Mark safe from 10-foot tall shadow aliens." And I asked him, like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, dude, what did I miss? And then he posted me to the link, and I started digging into it, and I'm like, holy cow!
Whoa!
Freaking over 300 cop cars showed up over there. In various articles that I read, there's some reports of basically cell phones stopped working.
Really?
They lost basically cell phone signal. There is absolutely no footage present of anything that happened in the mall. The only footage you see around the mall is either from a drone flying above. It's either from a drone or a helicopter flying above. There's absolutely no footage that has ever surfaced from what happened inside the mall. Now the authorities are saying that it was like 50 something teenagers rioting. You got 300 cop cars that showed up, but they were only able to arrest 4 out of 50.
Yeah, that's a little off-putting. That doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
I saw glimpses like you've done some research on it, but Sherry and I noticed it, that something happened at the mall in Miami. And then I heard about the 10-foot beings. What do you think they are, Tim? What do you think's going on?
I have my theory on it is I'm thinking people may have saw something. What? I don't know. But without actually being there, it's really hard to know.
Yes.
I just know whatever was going on, just nothing about the reports are adding up. And then just think about a few months before that, the federal government admitted that, oh yeah, it's possibly an extraterrestrial intelligence. And suddenly it's all back to debunking, saying, oh no, it wasn't extraterrestrials, y'all out of y'all's mind. And it's back to freaking debunking it again. And I'm like,
do you think
weird?
Do you think they're here with us now? I mean, live among us?
I'm for certain.
Yeah, I do too. I think,
and I think, I think that I actually think that there's actually been beings here for years living covertly. And pretty much underground. I think I'm to the point where I think they've been here for years. And I don't know. I just don't know if I just don't know if this world will actually fully come to the point to where they, extraterrestrials would actually be able to walk freely and not have, just things just go south.
Yes.
To me, it just seems like we're actually falling away from something like that ever happening.
Do you think we're just too distracted?
I think so. Everybody's too worried about who votes Democrat, who votes Republican.
We're missing
fighting each other on who to vote for. Meanwhile, you got propaganda machine running on the news about what's going on overseas. And I'm it's actually to the point I'm almost closed. I've almost closed myself off to what's on the news. And every now and then I get pulled into it, but for the most part, I kind of almost close myself off to it because I just don't know what to believe.
Yeah. Yeah. And it comes to a point where there's so much information, so much disinformation out there. There's so much to digest. That's a lot for the human mind to take, I think. And I think we're still babies. We're not ready for it. A lot of us. You've seen things that, my goodness, absolutely incredible. And it's going to take some time. But I think one day it's just the doors are going to open up, Tim, and it's just there's the truth. I don't think they can hide it much longer. I think they come and go too much. There's way too many documented sightings, pilots. These are, high-ranking servicemen too that are seeing these things. And so there's no denying it. And yet it's almost as if we are in denial because of fear, maybe. I don't know. I'm curious as to what's out there. I know we're not alone. And I think, there are aliens among us here. Maybe they are in special buildings somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if they're walking around. I don't know. I just have a feeling, and from what I've seen and heard, that they are here. And it's just a matter of time before they show themselves,
Yeah, I know. I know. I can't wait for when that day actually happens. If I'm even still alive when that happens.
Yeah.
I still think we're still a long way off from that. Very long way.
I would agree. We're just not ready as a society, as a species. I don't think we're ready for something like that. And maybe that's why choice few are abducted, choice few are selected for these transitions and so forth. These disappearances. Maybe they're selected. Maybe they are a special grade of people. Then maybe the alien races can see right through them and understand that they truly mean no harm, what have you, and they just remove them or abduct them, and things of that nature. The average Joe, I don't think's ready for this. I mean, it would be a huge shock, Tim, if we turn on the news in the morning and there's a mothership hovering over one of these major cities or something. I would crap down my leg, but then I would swallow that, process it, and go, okay, well, I knew this all along, but damn, now it's right at my front door. So it's kind of reality. It's making sense a little bit. So it would be, it would be a lot to process. It really would. It really would. But man, and I'm going to get you on here too. We're going to have some sit downs. We are going to have some talks, Tim, because this show, yeah, I mean, you know how much it means to me. This show means the world to me. And what means more to me is informing the people, informing the community, and keeping them informed with new breakthroughs and things of that nature, and all these discussions, all these mysteries to be solved, and people like you can help solve them.
Yeah, I know. A lot of time, I mean, shoot, I can't even begin to describe how busy my life's been. And then most of the time when I go home, first thing I do is pull my dirt bikes out the shed and freaking go hit the track.
There's your escape.
Yep.
And it's good. You just keep doing that and stay safe. Stay safe out there. I mean, it's important. I like having you around, Tim. Just stay safe out there and try not to get too isolated. Try to get out there and get some fresh air.
Yeah, I try not to. I try not to stay too isolated, but every night, I get in these moods to where I'll just shut myself in my room as well.
Yeah,
I just shut myself in my room and just freaking crank my home theater system up as loud as it'll go.
Hell yes. Yep, I was just jamming to some Beatles and Metallica the other day, actually, back here. It was nice, and sometimes you need that isolation to kinda cleanse, and then you're back at it. Just keep at it, my friend, and keep in touch, okay?
Yeah, I'll definitely try to.
All right, my friend. Take care, Tim.
Hey, you too.
And there he was, Tim McCarthy. My goodness, it was this was great. I cannot thank you all enough for coming out here, showing your support. Oh my goodness. Seeing all of you just made my week, month, and year. It really did. And don't forget, next Tuesday, we're going to be back. We're going to have special guest Thomas Donahue. We're going to talk about his adventures. We're going to talk about him going and his assistance he does and the research he does out there at the Hinsdale House. That's owned by Dan Class. And then we're going to talk about his work on the Ghost Finders and his promotions. And it's just so much we're going to get into with Thomas. It's going to be a blast. And then remember, no show Thanksgiving Day. We're going to be back on the 20th with Christina Bloom. And more guests are going to come. I'm going to get them booked here. I'm just going to do a month ahead till we get the work schedule. But I'll be working 7 to 3. And then Fridays working 3 to 11. So it's, you guys can feel free to reach out anytime you want. Facebook. You can find me there, Messenger, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel over there. It's youtube.com and it's at Haunted Voices 2004, I think is the ID. So you guys have a fantastic week. It's great to be back, and thank you all for the warm welcomes. It was so great to see you. Oh my goodness, so great to see you. And it's I'm just gonna sign off and go cry now. Thank you all. Have a great night, folks.